Radhe Radhe. விரோதமாமை பூதங்கள் ஒழுங்கில் இருப்பதா விரோதமே இயற்கை வாதம் உறுதி பெற விரோதமாம் நாத்திகமும் உறுதி பெற. So there are 5 elements in nature, and that would be earth, sky, water, air, and fire. And these elements are very inimical elements. But even though these elements are inimical, they still coexist together. How? Many people say it's because of nature, but that's not the case. It's all because of Bhagavan's kripa. Now, some people may contradict saying, yeah, nature is the cause of all of this. That's why all the elements are coexisting together. But hold on a second, let me give an example. So, there are 5 managers who do not work well together. So they're set up for a project. And surprisingly, the project goes very well. But that is because there's a general manager controlling everything and managing everything. Everything is orderly because of Bhagavan. Bhagavan has created everything in our universe so beautifully and with such amazing aesthetic sense. And he's the one that's managing everything. Now, to those who are still in doubt, isn't Bhagavan the one that created nature? Radhe Radhe, thank you.
Radhe Radhe. ஆண்டவனில்லாம ஆகாரம் கிடைக்கலாம் கிடைத்தத சரிக்க வேண்டும் முந்தி பர ஆண்டவ வேண்டும் முந்தி பர. Some people say we can get food without Bhagavan. For the sake of argument, we assume we can get food without Bhagavan's grace. One needs to pick the food, put it in his or her mouth, and that has to digest. Is that in our control? No. Bhagavan is controlling everything within us from Antaryami.
Radhe Radhe. உனக்கண் இல்லாமல் கடவுளை காணலாம் கனவு காண்பதற்கென்று உந்தி பெற உனக்கண் வேண்டுமோ உந்தி பெற. We can see Bhagavan without the physical eye. Take a car, you need your physical eye to see that. But Bhagavan you don't need. And Bhagavan has given us dream, so we can see and realize him and have the possibility to do that without our physical eye.
Radhe Radhe. கடவுள் பேசவில்லை என்றார் சொன்னது மனசாட்சி குரலே உந்தி பெற கடவுளின் குரலாம் என்று உந்தி பெற. Guruji asks, who says Bhagavan doesn't speak? Bhagavan speaks to all of us through our inner self. Manasakshi means the one who is the witness to our mind. Bhagavan, he speaks to all of us through our mind. When we all do something wrong, we are overwhelmed with guilt. And where does that guilt come from? It doesn't come from the ground or the sky or even someone next to us. That guilt comes from within us. That guilt is the Manasakshi Kural coming from Bhagavan. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. பூமியில் போட்ட விதை முளை வருவதால் பூமிக்கும் உயிருண்டென்றுந்தி பட மறுப்பதற்கில்லை என்று உந்தி பட. Before planting a seed in the earth, the seed does not show life. It only has potential life. The potential life manifests as physical life when we plant it in the earth. Swamiji says only life can give life. If something is giving life, it has to be living. When we put a seed in the earth, the seed comes out as a sapling, turns into a plant, and it grows. This proves Bhumi has life. Like a mother to hold a child in a womb, she has to be living. Similarly, the plant is nourished by Mother Earth and she gives life. Bhagavan has given her the power to make the seed grow into a plant. From this, we understand that there is life in Mother Earth. Radhe Radhe.
தோன்றியது கழியும் அழிந்தது தோன்றும் தோன்றி தோன்றி அழியும் என்று உந்தி பர யுத்திக்கு போற துமா முந்தி பர. Everything in this world is just a continuous cycle. The world we see just disappears and reappears again. Let's say a potter is making a beautiful pot out of clay. Eventually, when the pot gets destroyed, it returns to its original state. Therefore, we can see anything in this world with name and form just disappears and reappears again. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Muktika karanam yuktika porandinam vedameka menu mundi para veda ubayamile mundi para. Guruji states in the previous verse that the purpose of human life is to attain Bhagavan. In this verse, Guruji states that the path that we choose to attain Bhagavan must be prescribed in the Vedas. The Vedas are the basis of Sanatana Dharma. What seems right to our minds today will seem wrong to our minds tomorrow. The nature of our mind is so deceiving, so it's not good to listen to our minds. So instead of listening to our mind, we should listen to the Vedas and follow the path of the Vedas.
Radhe Radhe. வேதத்தில் சொன்னதே காலத்திற்கு ஒத்தவ கரத்தினில் கொள்ள வேண்டும் முந்தி பர மரதற்கு இடமில்லை முந்தி பர. In the previous verse, Shri Guruji said the path we should follow should be prescribed in Vedas. Vedas are eternal and is applicable for all times. This means Vedas would talk about the path that should be followed in Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Vedas talk about Karma Yoga, Dhyana, Yajna, Tapa, Raja Yoga, and Nama Sankirtan. Now the question is, can we choose any path prescribed in Vedas? Guruji clearly states, though there are several paths prescribed in Vedas, the one we should follow should be appropriate for this time and age. Velviyatida vendiyatiraviyam indra kittomo undi para kittadaral vinayandra undi para. To perform yajna, which is fire sacrifice, we need dravya, our ingredients in absolute pure form, which is difficult to get in our current age. For example, the prescribed way to obtain water for yajna is from well. It is not prescribed to use water from tap. That is the reason why in olden days, every home had their own well. Another prescribed rule is to do bhusparsha, which is touching the earth directly. In today's world of apartments and high-rise buildings, it is difficult to get bhusparsha done. Also, the level of achara needed while doing yagas and yajnas is very high and difficult to get in our current age and time. So, when we perform yagas and yajnas, when we don't use the correct level of achara and pure ingredients, we will not be able to yield any fruit.
Radhe Radhe. நியமங்கள் நிறைந்த யோக மார்க்கத்தில் நியமம் தவறினால் உந்தி பர புத்தி பேரழிக்கும் என்று உந்தி பர. In the path of Raj Yoga, which is the path of meditation, the most important factor is niyama. Out of all the niyamas, sense control and celibacy, which is very important. When we talk about sense control, everything we do, say, hear, talk, everything should be done to complete perfection. If the senses and mind are not in control, this path will lead to mental illnesses. This path is an extremely risky path and is not recommended for this age. Radhe Radhe.